As a physician, I understand in a real way the damage Obamacare will do to the state of medicine in South Dakota and across the entire country. Not only is it destructive to our rights as citizens to make our own decisions about health care and the medical care we want, but it will have a stifling effect on the research and the advancements and the quality of medicine that Americans have come to depend on. We cannot give this away. We have the most to lose. As our next United States Senator, I will use my skills as a physician and my real understanding of healthcare. I will lead the fight to repeal and replace Obamacare and replace it with a patient-focused care. We need a healthcare system that puts you first and kicks the politicians and the insurance agents out of the room. We cannot simply reform Obamacare, as some have pledged to do. Our small businesses can't wait for reform to happen. Our seniors cannot wait for a rewrite by insurance lobbyists and special interest groups. We need immediately to address by repealing and replacing Obamacare. My experience as a physician and dealing with these issues every day makes me uniquely qualified not only to speak authoritatively against the ill-conceived policies of the current administration, but to offer real solutions in their place. Fiscal responsibility. I pledge to you that I will not raise your taxes. Washington, D.C. has enough of our tax dollars. They don't need more. And frankly, if you want to be South Dakotans' next senator, you should promise the people of South Dakota that you will not spend their money in Washington, but you will keep it in our communities. You will keep it at the local level where we have a say and we can watch to see how those dollars are used. Why make a promise? Because promises matter. Restoring trust means making promises and living up to promises, and that is who I am. Is Washington, D.C. the sole arbitrator of morality in this country? No. But if the continued election of unprincipled politicians is not the hangman that pulls the lever, it is at least the rope for the noose. From 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to the grade school on Main Street, the moral uncertainty and sliding scale of propriety that is overtaking this nation is alarming. If this nation wants to regain its moral footing, then we must reflect the moral fiber in those we choose to represent us. We need people in Washington that push for the cities and states to hold on to our tax dollars and stop sending those resources to the politically elite that think they know what our communities need. The moral correction for our communities originates in your house, and in my house, and in our house of worship. It does not originate from the White House. We must take our country back from the politicians that do not serve in our communities and are disconnected with our needs. I pledge to you that I will protect the unborn, I will fight for family values, and not allow the Hollywood elite or the inside the Beltway crowd to dictate our culture and our values. 2,000 years ago, the greatest man that ever lived gave us a model of what a true leader is. Jesus showed us what it's like to be a true leader, that you must first be a servant. You must be willing to put the needs of others before your own and not compromise that decision when the forces you challenge cause you personal suffering. Jesus taught us to oppose the proud and to defend the weak, and to not weary of doing good, and to not shy away from doing what is right. As a mother, as a wife, as a friend, and as a physician, I have tried to live by these principles and example them to my children, my friends, my patients, and my community. As the next senator from South Dakota, I will tirelessly make sure that I embody them when in Washington. In the coming months, I will have dialogue with South Dakotans across the state and help everyone get to know who is Dr. Annette Bosworth. I will talk about the future and how together we will get to a better future together. I believe in the people of this state and in this nation. I believe that although some of the luster has worn off, we can still be, in the words of Ronald Reagan, a shining city on a hill. To do that, I need your support and I need your prayers. Together we can once again overcome the odds, prove the experts wrong, and make a statement about where South Dakota wants to take this country. You can trust me to do this job for you. So there, like any good South Dakota event, there's food. The food's in the shade. And I am happy to answer questions of folks as I mingle and speak with you. Please ask them to me. I also would love you to write down your name and your email so that I can start what will be a new voice for the Republican Party in South Dakota, coming from a new generation of ideas. Thank you.